right, welcome to today's episode. I'm excited for this. I've been hanging out for a while to share this with you because we are going to be using one of these today to talk systems. You're like, dude, that is a child's toy. I'm just gonna start messing it up here randomly. I don't know. You could argue that I'm not doing this randomly, which is fine, which is totally fine. But as soon as we talk through it, you'll know that it does not really matter what I am doing. And you might say, well, why is that? Why doesn't it matter? All right, let's go with that. Looks pretty scrambled, right? Well, you see, I know something that perhaps you know, perhaps you've looked at it before, perhaps you've watched some YouTube videos before, and you will have discovered that, yes, there are some elite players in the solving a cube solution. Like, there are some people who can do this extraordinarily fast. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a thing on Netflix there's an Australian guy who they solved this in like 4 seconds. This is not what this is about. As you can see, we're already well past 4 seconds, but this here is what I wanted to show you, that irrespective of whatever else is going on, this is the first process to solve. It's called making a daisy, making the daisy. And you can see that it's got the yellow with the things around here. And then having done that, oh, my dog's come to visit. The next steps are relatively consistent. They're pretty easy. I got lucky on that one. They were all aligned, but you can now see a white cross. Yay. Okay. So this is the second one. These are done. These are complete. It's like, okay, good. These first processes, these second processes are done. I'll try and keep it in frames so you know that I'm not like sneaking it underneath. But there is a consistent methodology that I'm using to solve this. And the actual point that I want you to take from it is not the fact whether the Rubik's Cube can be solved or not, but rather that there is a system that creates a result. All right, so we're now at white face, and in that, let me get the orientation right. So the white face, and then we've got the bottom, the first layer is now solved. So that's process 3 done. So the idea being that by consistently doing these steps, that the movements of this cube can always be solved. As I said, this isn't the super stuff. This is not the crazy solve really quickly, but this is a method that will resolve the cube every time. Okay, and we're coming up here on our fourth process. Okay, so now you can see the white face is preserved, and now the bottom 2 layers are solved, and the top one's still a jumbled mess. So that's 4 down. And each of these essentially is just a repeating pattern. There are decisions that I'm having to make about where the pieces go, and you can get talked through this. How I learnt this was very interesting. I actually went to a YouTube video, and they had the moves. They were like, here's how you solve this. Here's how you resolve this cube. Okay, so I've actually done 2 there. One was yellow cross, and then the second was aligning the top piece here to the correct colors. So that was process 5 and process 6. But we're definitely, like, even if you got to this stage, this is like, oh wow, we've come quite a long way here. I'm doing this all from memory as well. And when did we do this? I think I got the Rubik's Cube maybe 2 weeks ago. And I knew that I wanted to do this teaching piece. This is like Here is the system that consistently creates the result. All right, so let me focus a little bit. I'll talk you through what I'm doing here. I'm now judging these corner pieces. Are they in the correct location? So they're in the wrong orientation, that the blue doesn't match to the blue here, but it is, the blue is that piece matches to the correct location. It's just the incorrect orientation. So there's nothing actually to be done here, even though all 4 of these corners are incorrectly located. We can actually move to the final stage, which is called solving the yellow face. The major trap that I have run into here is that there is a final move that's quite easy to skip. And I have run into trouble before. And we've certainly made it a long way. Goodness, I hope this works. And check that out, check that out, check that out. Okay, boom. The system for solving a Rubik's Cube can be learnt. It is a series of 8 processes. When they are completed in order, then you will end up with this every time. Every single time. And if you don't end up with this, then guess what? There was a mistake made. There was a turn that was missed. This device is a brutal teacher. Brutal teacher. If you don't follow the instructions carefully, like more than carefully, then you will not get this result. It will be off. Let it sink in that there is a system that has a series of processes, 8 in total. I'll run you through them. Make a daisy, make the white cross, solve the first layer, solve the second layer, make a yellow cross, align the yellow pieces to their correct edges, locate the corner pieces in the correct locations, and solve for the yellow face. You do those processes, you will get a solved cube, irrespective of what happens, irrespective of how this started, because that first piece is make a daisy. Like however it looks, I can grab a cube, make a daisy, and from there it's really a test of memory and detail. Is it easier with the instructions? Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, it is. What this actually also shows is that there is a level of mastery where it transcends through learning the system, creating the system. Like when I first watched the YouTube video, it just came as a 20 or 25-minute video. I'll see if I can post it up for you guys so you can watch the video. And they take it through, and it wasn't split to the processes at all. I just did that. I'm like, okay, where are the stop points? They talk about them. They're like, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, here's step 4, here's step 5, here's step 6. And I'm just like, okay, well, let's document them out as processes. Okay, great. And then from there, just having those instructions to go through and go, okay, hang on, what do I need to do? Because some of those moves may have appeared like I wasn't doing much, but there were decisions that were being made. In the 4th step, it's like, which way does that piece need to go? Does it need to go here? Does it need to go here? Because there's 2 different moves to do that. At the top, at the cross, it's easy. But from there, there's more decisions to be made in terms of locating the pieces at one direction. The next one is to locate them at that direction. The next one locates them at that direction. Ways of seeing that things are working, watching how it works. But this is a wonderful example of a system that creates a result. And it does that through 8 processes, and it does it every single time. You should take this analogy and apply it to your business. Your business is made up of systems just like this, where you follow the processes and out comes the result of the Rubik's Cube. If you know that this is something that you must have in your business, because let me tell you, it is not common. This is not a common way of thinking. Why? Because you can go from 0 to 1 million. You can go from 0, maybe push through to 3 million. You can maybe get up to 5, 6, 7 team members and know nothing about this. You don't need to know it. You can brute force it, solve it over and over and over, but know that it is relatively ineffective and it breaks down badly when you go past those levels, and you will run into unsolvable problems. Imagine if you've got 10 of these to do in an hour and you've got 10 people trying to do 10 each. No one knows what to do, and they have to change the Rubik's Cube every 2 minutes to pass it along to the next person. It's highly unlikely that at the end of 1 hour, you're going to have 100 solved cubes. It's just highly unlikely. But the interesting thing is that if all 10 of those people know how to solve the cube, then they can pass it to the next person and they'll just pick up. They go, oh, great, I'm at process 3. I'm at process 6. I'm at process 7. I'm at process 1. Whenever that turn is that they have to pass, and you could just feed them through, let alone if someone's specialized into it. But that's a different conversation. And you've got risks if you specialize, particularly in a small business where you want redundancy. You want anyone to be able to do this cube from any stage. I can hand it to you at white cross and you're good. I can hand it to you at yellow cross and you're good. I can hand it to you at the first layer solved and you're good to go. And all of your team can do that. That means that someone can be sick, someone can be absent, someone can be fired, someone can be headhunted, and they come in. And the cool thing is that your team might actually enjoy their work. Why? Because they know how to do it. The processes are clear. If it doesn't work, then you can go to the process and go, oh, hey, cool, what happened? Oh yeah, at stage 6, we forgot one of the turns. I only turned it once, and then I did it, and it's like, great, okay, try it again. Let's get it up to that stage and go again. Practice it, get it right this time. You got the instructions written. Cool, okay, great. And when you get good, then maybe you don't even need the instructions and you can just go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a powerful tool as an example for systems. If you want help with this stuff, head over to systemio.dev. Watch the further training about the application of systems to business, problems that it's caused, the problems that you might be experiencing, your team not working, you're managing your team, you're having to solve all their problems, you're wondering when they're going to grow up, and then come through that training so that you can look at this systems mindset. Because if you want to go to 10, if you want to go to 20, if you want to go again in another business, or if you just want to go on holidays and not have your business fall apart, you must get this mindset. All right, that's all I got. Head over to systemio.dev. I'll see you tomorrow for another epic exploration of systems and processes in business. See you then.